About a little bit of a noise that the Frontier makes once in a while. Some of you may have heard it, some of you may have not. My truck does it maybe once a month, if that. It's not a super common thing, but what it is it sounds like there's water sloshing around inside the cab of your truck. And by that is when you hop in your truck, usually it's the first startup, and you fire it up, engine starts. Now it sounds like somewhere over here in the dash is where you're going to hear it. Sometimes it sounds more up top, sometimes it comes more from underneath, but it sounds like someone literally poured a cup of water and there's water splashing down. So what that is on these trucks, and it's been since the previous gen as well, I believe did it, and it's just the way they have the coolant system and your heater core set up. So the heater core in these trucks is behind your dash on the passenger side. So what ends up happening is you get a little bit of air in the system, and what happens when you put air into liquid? It moves to the top. So the top most point of your system is here with the heater core. So what happens is, I'm assuming anyway, because it doesn't happen every time, it's every, like I said, my truck maybe once a month will do it. And it's not a long continuous thing. You'll hear fire up the truck, you'll hear the water slosh around for maybe a second or two, and it's gone. And then, like I said, it's gone for weeks and weeks at a time, and then all of a sudden it'll do it again. So basically what's happening is you're getting a little bit of air in your coolant system, and when you shut it off, air goes up, it's going to come up, your air is going to be sitting up here because that's the top point. When you start your truck up, everything starts to circulate, and that's what you're hearing. The circulation starting, the coolant is coming back up and filling in the void where the air is, and that's the sloshing sound you're hearing. So it's not the end of the world. This thing, no matter what someone tells you, it will burp the air out on its own over time. If you're really worried, what you can do, once I show you how you're going to fix it, take your radiator cap off. When the truck is cold, don't do anything while the truck is hot unless you want a big face full of hot coolant. Wait till the truck's cold, open the cap, turn on your truck, crank the heat to high, let it go for a little while, and as it circulates and the coolant starts doing its thing, as the air gets to your radiator, it's going to bubble up and puke the air out the top. Again, you don't have to do it. It will do it itself over time. I'm not going to do it once I show you this fix here in a sec, but that's your option to get the air out if you're worried about the air that's stuck in there. But for now, we're going to pop the hood open and I'm going to show you exactly how easy it is to fix this. All right, so once you're under the hood, what you're going to do is come over here, passenger side. This little guy right here is your coolant reservoir. Now, this is where, if your engine is hot, you do not want to open this. It will shoot away. You can see my truck's been sitting for a few hours and it still had a little bit of pressure in there. So you can imagine how hard this thing would go if you pulled this off when it was still hot. So let the pressure out. You have to kind of push and turn to get this thing off because it's spring loaded. You can see maybe this thing kind of wiggles a bit. So turn it to release the pressure, and then you got to push down and twist to get it actually physically off of the reservoir there. And then what you need is blue coolant. A lot of it's called Asian blue. This one is antifreeze and coolant blue. But basically, for the Nissan, you need the blue version. If you're just topping up like I am, don't stress too much. As long as it's blue and made for, you can see it says Honda, Nissan, Mazda, and Subaru. As long as you have that on there, it's going to work, at least for top-ups. If you're doing a full fluid change, I recommend just spend the extra money and get the OEM Nissan stuff and just replace it with what's in there. But for a top-up, you're fine mixing it like this. Just make sure, you can see this one says ready to use, do not add water. That means it's a 50-50 mixture, that's what you're looking for. Especially if you're using this exact same brand as I am. They do make a concentrated version as well, which is not mixed. So you'll use 50% this and 50% water, whatever you're mixing it with. But because we're topping it up, we don't really know how much we're putting in necessarily, so it's hard to mix it. So just find the 50-50 and you'll be easy to do. Once you have to fill that up, then get yourself a funnel with a nice small little tip on there, because you will have to fit in right here to the little spot. So you want a funnel that you're not going to be able to pour this all over the place. and you don't want to spill it on stuff, try not to get it on your paint and everything like that, because it will ruin your paint. But again, don't get any dirt or anything in here. Make sure it's not hot, and then you can top this up with the new stuff. All right, so if you put your light on your phone and you drop it down in there so you guys can see the reflection, if you look in the hole, kind of right in the middle there, you see that little notch. You can see there's no fluid going from one side to the other. So what you want to do is you want to fill this so it's just above that little notch, so that your fluid is going to go on both sides of this reservoir. And then, being that full, you won't have to worry about getting air in the system. So your max line is pretty much to the bottom lip of that thing. And if you fill it up just a little bit more, maybe like a 1/4 inch or so above that, that's going to be what you're aiming for. So it's hard to show you guys on video, of course, but hopefully you're seeing that, and you'll see it when you look into your own, because that little notch is going to be on all the trucks, but that's what you're aiming for. All right, so now that I have it topped off there, you can see the little notch in the middle there now has the coolant flowing through it. So that's all you need to do. You don't want to go crazy. Don't overfill this thing to the point where it's going to be dangerous. But the other thing is you're kind of looking to line up your fluid with the top of the little joint here, this lip that my phone's sitting on. That's kind of the same level as where I'm up there now. You can see it better in the corner maybe. But basically what you're looking for is the liquid needs to be flowing through that little notch cut in the middle. Now, what you're gonna do is you're gonna fire up your truck, you're gonna drive a little bit, and again, if you start hearing the noise again, you're just gonna redo this process, because if you have a lot of air in there, what's gonna happen now is this coolant is gonna go flowing through the system, and it's gonna push the air out, but when it's pushing the air out, it's gonna also use up a little bit of coolant again to fill the voids. So once it's filled up, it may drop that little bit again, and then you're just going to have to top it up. And I didn't get it on video, but you're not going to put a ton of this stuff in. If you look in there, this thing is almost full. The only reason I bought the big jug is because this is all I could find out here. I can't find the little quart bottles. I don't even know if they make them, but it only came in the big jug. So that's what I had to get, but it will fix your problem. And then of course, get your cap, put it on there, and make sure you kind of push down and twist, because remember when we took it off, you did that half twist for venting, then push and twist to get the rest of the way off. So again, push down slightly, not hulking or anything, and twist it, and you'll feel it locks in place. You're completely straight across. It's not going to come off, nothing wiggles, and that's all you got to do. Fire up the truck, let it run. Like I said, if your truck's having problems heating up in the winter, this is going to help it as well. All right, so there you go. That's how easy it is. And like I said, this will stop the sloshing sound. If you're watching this in the winter and you're trying to figure out why your truck won't heat up quite as fast, this will always help that as well. Because like I said, when the sloshing is happening, that means you have air in the system and it's going through there. It's just when the truck's up and running and everything, it goes so fast, you won't hear the sloshing if a little bit of air is passing through. Whereas when you're stopped, the air rises to the top, and then you start your truck, you have all the air up top, and that's when you hear the water sound in there. So when you fill it up and this eliminates that, now you have fluid, or coolant I should say, in the air's place, and it's going to help your truck heat up faster. So again, if you're watching this in the winter, that's going to help. It's also going to help with the sloshing. You don't have to do this necessarily. If it doesn't bug you, you don't have to do it. It's still got enough coolant in there to keep the engine happy, and nothing's going to overheat and nothing's going to happen. It's just you're getting a little bit of air in the system. So super simple to fix. And again, you do not need the big jug. If you can find somewhere that sells a smaller version, or possibly you know a shop somewhere that will just give you a cup full, you can bring it home and pour it in, and it's going to work and do the same business as not having to buy a giant jug. But for me, that's all I could find. So if this video helped you out, like and subscribe. Hopefully we catch you in the next video, and thanks for watching this one.